Coming up on 4 News Now at 6, a push for more inclusive curriculum in Washington schools, the controversy surrounding the bill, and why some parents say it could confuse their children.
The worst of the cold is behind us, but don't expect to see the sun as things begin to warm up. I'll let you know how warm it's going to get in your First Alert forecast.
Spokane Valley City Hall is sinking. What the city says is causing the problem and who will pay for the repairs. You're watching 4 News Now at 6.
Ask the committee to vote against it. SB 5441 discriminates against parents and prevents parents from having an active, legitimate engagement with their children's education.
Controversy is now swirling around a new bill introduced in Olympia. If passed, it will promote and support the development of public schools curricula that will teach more inclusive school materials, focusing on historically marginalized and underrepresented groups. Tonight at 6, Peter Choi explains this bill and why it's so controversial. Peter.
Yeah, Aaron, during today's public hearing, we heard many divided perspectives on this bill from parents, students, and teachers. Some say it will help students of all backgrounds, cultures, and identities to feel a sense of belonging in the classroom, and others are against it because they say it will bring more confusion to students.
See themselves or hear themselves or learn about themselves in the curricula, and that
A student in Yakima agrees, and she feels isolated in her class at school.
Lessons or novels that only focus on the Eurocentric narratives of straight white men, or science and math problems that never use inclusive language.
She wants the bill to pass so that other students don't have to go through the same experience.
Defying school curricula, it creates an opportunity for minority students to feel seen and heard.
Some parents are against the bill.
One discriminates against parents and prevents parents from having an active, legitimate engagement with their children's education.
Providing more funds for new school curricula is unnecessary.
We have been seeing many students get silenced and shamed because they are white and straight. We must stop teaching kids that their value and worth is based on the color of their skin, their sexual preference, or their gender.
No, we have students that are students of color that want to make sure that they are equally represented in our classrooms.
If passed, the Central Valley Superintendent wants to continue to create a safe space for students from every background.
We've gone to great lengths to ensure that we're opening up our channels to our parents to provide that input, and equally so to open up the channels to our students to make sure that they are feeling there's inclusivity in our classrooms.
Yeah, the district says it wants to continue to include active engagement from parents and students, and there's no word yet when a vote will be held for this bill. In studio tonight, Peter Choi, 4 News Now.
Peter, thank you. Breaking news out of Sandpoint tonight. A man is now facing murder charges after police say he killed his father. Officers say they were called to a house on Browning Way near Lincoln and Pine yesterday. They say family members got a call from an 80-year-old relative who said his son was getting moody and that he didn't feel safe. Police say he told family members he was going to stay in a motel for the weekend. Officers found him dead upstairs in his house. Idaho State Police eventually tracked down his son, Evan John Owens. Police say he was arrested for second-degree murder, and his bail is set at $5 million. An autopsy is being done today. New at 6, President Joe Biden told Congress he plans to end the twin national emergencies for COVID-19. The announcement is expected May 11th. Ending the national emergency will formally restructure the federal coronavirus response to treat the virus as an endemic threat. Lawmakers have already ended elements of the emergencies that kept millions of Americans insured during the pandemic. It was an extremely cold start to the week with temperatures in the single digits, but the worst is behind us as we have a warm-up on the way. We'll send it over to Chief Meteorologist Chris Crocker with that First Alert forecast.
Oh, well, our cold snap bottomed out this morning in the single digits and single digits below zero around the region. We were at 5 this morning in Spokane and 3 in Coeur d'Alene. Temperatures right now are in the teens and 20s. It was a chilly day, but we have the clouds moving in, so it's not going to be as cold tomorrow morning thanks to those clouds. Right now it's 20 at Spokane International Airport, 18 in Coeur d'Alene, Post Falls and Hayden, 14 in Spirit Lake, and 12 in Deer Park. But again, those clouds are moving in, and that will keep most locations in the double digits for our overnight lows Deer Park, an exception at 8. It is going to be dropping down to 10 tomorrow morning in Spirit Lake, 14 in downtown as well as at the airport, and 15 in Spangle. Meanwhile, here's a look at your forecast this evening. We are going to see those clouds continuing to increase, possibility of a few flurries overnight. I'll be back to tell you about more flurries in your forecast for Tuesday and tell you about the warm up in the 7-day outlook in just a few minutes. Aaron?
Thank you, Chris. Breaking news out of Memphis, Tennessee. 2 fire department EMTs and a fire lieutenant and 2 more police officers have been fired in connection to the murder of 29-year-old Tyree Nichols. There's no word yet if they will face any charges. The other 5 officers accused of beating Nichols to death were part of a special task force called the Scorpion Unit. Their job was to patrol crime hotspots to restore peace in those neighborhoods. We asked Spokane Police if it has a similar task force. The department doesn't have a specific team dedicated to street crime. It says its units are tailored to a specific mission. Vanessa Perez is live with a look at those units. Vanessa.
We give people free will and we hire humans. And you can send an officer anywhere in this country, anywhere in the world, to the best training. And you can hire them under the highest standards, but in the end, they still have free will. And they have free will to violate policy, to violate the law, to disappoint their peers as well.
Spokane Police doesn't have a similar task force like the one in Memphis. Instead, the department says its units are tailored to a specific mission, like the Violent Crimes Task Force.
We wanted to put together a team that would go out and focus on our violent offenders. And we wanted to make sure, however, though, that when we did that, one, we were very deliberate and intentional in what their mission is. We had proper supervision.
This task force took the place of PACT, which was disbanded in December 2021. A judge had concerns about an investigation involving officers. To keep its officers accountable and make improvements in all units, SPD uses a body camera program where use of force footage is looked at by a chain of command.
Was this our best day? So even if it was within policy, were there things we could have done differently? So we're looking at this through multiple prongs. We're touching the use of force multiple times, and we are fortunate to be in a position to have body cameras that will capture the use of force that had occurred as well.
And in addition, Chief Meidel says they put together a use of force review board who's tasked with looking over footage to see if any improvements can be made in the department. Live in Spokane, Vanessa Perez, 4 News Now.
Thank you, Vanessa. Well, the body cam video showing the officers beating Nichols is hard to watch and difficult to avoid. Experts say just seeing these types of videos can trigger a traumatic response.
Providing them comfort, letting them know that they are safe in this moment, but not lying and saying that this will never happen again, because we can't say that with certainty.
One therapist says coping with the feelings violent videos can bring starts with talking about it with someone you trust. She also says to practice self-care. Experts also say if your children have seen the video, it's important to have an open, honest conversation about what happened.
Maybe you're having nightmares about it and it just keeps replaying in your head. You might also notice that you feel really edgy, you're irritable, you're kind of on edge and really heightened.
If the feelings get overwhelming, reach out to a therapist or a doctor about the best ways to get the help that you need. Some of the nation's top doctors are saying young teens should not be on social media. The impact these sites may be having on your children's mental health coming up. Plus,
just 5 years after it was constructed, and the Spokane Valley City Hall is in immediate need of repairs, the cost of which could be upwards of $4 million. That story coming up.
And a police chase turned into a race against a speeding train. That story and more coming up on 4 News Now at 6.
Four News Now on your time with Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram.
4 News Now is brought to you by George Geek Kia Spokane.
Why not have the bath of your dreams? With Bath Planet, you can once again relax and enjoy the beauty of your new shower and bath. Our custom-built baths and showers will forever change the way your bathroom looks.
Call today for a free in-home consultation.
The other day, a hornet's nest fell on my head. It's not ideal, but we'll manage. Just like I manage without home internet. Sure, I wish this hotspot was a lot faster, but my phone works. Sometimes. It's not that bad.
Ew. It is that bad. Don't settle. Get Xfinity Home Internet for just $19.99 a month for 1 year with a free streaming box. Call, click, or visit a store today.
At Washington Trust Bank, can't is a four-letter word.
I think we should hire more people.
Doc, I'm late for a meeting. I'm thinking of starting my own practice.
Do it. Too much capital.
We need a warehouse.
I can't imagine how we do that.
We should knock that wall down and expand.
Do it. There's always another wall beyond the wall.
We believe you can do whatever you set your mind to, and we'll help you get there. Washington Trust Bank, privately owned, locally invested.
It's the 7-day winter sale at Furniture Row. So get ready because every sofa, dining table, and bed is on sale. Like this unbeatable deal on the Gunsmoke panel bed, now only $6.99. Save big on the Florence sofa, only $6.99. Get the 5-piece Martin dining set for only $5.49. And check out the Easy Choice plush or firm, now only $399.99. Plus 4 years, no interest financing. But don't wait. The 7-day winter sale at Furniture Row ends Thursday the 2nd.
The savings start Tuesday with Bi-Mart's latest membership savings book. Watch for it in your mailbox. 16 pages of great store-wide savings. It all starts Tuesday with our latest savings book at Bi-Mart, your employee-owned membership store.
Friday Night Sports Extra Hoops Edition.
We have all the highlights, big plays, scores from around the Inland Northwest.
Your favorite high school athletes in the spotlight. Friday Night Sports Extra on 4 News Now, Nightside.
Why not have the bath of your dreams? With Bath Planet, you can once again relax and enjoy the beauty of your new shower and bath. Our custom-built baths and showers will forever change the way your bathroom looks.
Call today for a free in-home consultation.
We go to breaking news now. Actress Cindy Williams, best known for playing Shirley Feeney on the popular sitcom Laverne and Shirley, has died. Her family said she passed away following a brief illness. She was 75 years old. Just 5 years after Spokane Valley City Hall was constructed, and the building is already in need of major repairs, the cost of which could end up north of $4 million. KXLY's Jordan Smith joins us from City Hall to explain what repairs are needed and why these are needed so soon.
There's a growing list of defects being identified in this $14 million building, the most severe of which being this wall here on the northeast side of the building sinking into the ground.
Less than a year after staff moved into their brand new office space, critical defects soon became visible.
Some cracking and other signs that ultimately led to, realizing that one of the walls was sinking, likely as a result of compaction issues with the soil.
That wall, she tells me, was in the city council chamber, now covered with plywood. It was the first of many oversights that were discovered within the building. Doors, roof, and attic deficiencies quickly adding to the list of repairs.
Not what you anticipate when you move into a brand new building that costs, $14 million.
But she did acknowledge that it's their responsibility to get what they paid for. On Tuesday, City Council unanimously approved the funding for 2 contracts, one of which with Garco Construction to investigate and potentially uncover more repairs within the structure, then execute a plan to fix these issues. That contract is between $350,000 and $4 million, depending on the total amount of repairs. The other, a $350,000 contract with a construction management company to oversee Garco's efforts. Already, the city has spent close to $1 million in repairs, including a solution to prevent the northeast wall from sinking any further. While the city has footed the bill for these initial repairs, they expect to be fully reimbursed, having filed a lawsuit against the original contractors of the building, Meridian Construction.
The city is going through litigation in order to reimburse taxpayers for the cost of any of the repairs that are made in the short term.
That trial expected to take place August 7th. We reached out to Meridian Contracting for comment. As of news time, we did not hear back. In Spokane Valley, Jordan Smith, 4 News Now.
Well, we can put the coldest weather behind us, but we're also saying goodbye to the bright blue skies. The clouds are moving in, and they are going to be around for a gray Tuesday. Possibility of some flurries, a high of 27, a gradual warming trend that continues in the 7-day forecast. That's after the break.
Sign up for breaking news alerts with the 4 News Now app.
4 News Now is brought to you by Shriners Children's Spokane, the most amazing care anywhere.
PB and J? PB before we go. P before we go. P before we go. See you tomorrow? Yeah.
What happened there, Lucky Charm?
Hey, you're still up $400.
Yeah, but I did lose that one.
Well, maybe if you stop hitting 19. And while you're at it, put on your game face.
That's a good idea. How's this?
Just looks like your regular face.
There's a gleam in my eye.
What gleam? Hey, Brooke, do you see a gleam?
I have not seen a gleam since 19...
All children deserve a safe place to be a kid. At Northeast Youth Center, the staff provides a positive, secure, engaging environment for kids to thrive. Help make a difference in a kid's life by purchasing your tickets to the Building Brighter Futures fundraiser, Saturday, March 4th at Northern Quest Resort and Casino. This event raises money to support low-income, at-risk youth in our community. Find out how you can become a sponsor and buy tickets today at SpokaneNEYC.com.
Starting this Thursday, Robin Roberts is taking you on a live adventure to New Zealand. See all the breathtaking natural beauty, plus Robin bungee jumping off the Sky Tower in Auckland. Wait, are you kidding me, Robin? It's GMA Live from New Zealand.
Morning.
Who said that? Whoa, where did that come from? Floating money.
It's funny.
Good luck out there.
Here are 4 things to know about your weather. It's all a matter of perspective. It is going to remain cold tomorrow, but not as cold as it has been through a very chilly weekend and start to the work week. We have the clouds increasing, the possibility of some isolated flurries overnight, another round of flurries possible tomorrow afternoon as weak disturbances move through. We have a gradual warming trend. We'll be back up around average and even a little bit above in the 7-day forecast, and then a chance of rain and snow on Friday, possibly on the weekend as well, although the details of that are still coming into focus. 18 degrees right now in Coeur d'Alene, still reporting clear skies out on the prairie. That will not be the case for long. The clouds are moving in. It's overcast in Spokane right now and 20 degrees. Got people pouring into the arena. It's going to be a busy week in downtown here at the arena with all of the basketball games going on for high schoolers. Here's a look at our forecast radar, and there should be no problems getting to the arena over the next few days. But as we go through the overnight tonight, we do have the possibility of some isolated flurries barely showing up on our forecast radar. Here's 6 o'clock tomorrow morning. A little bit of a break, and then another very light band of snow possibly moving through. Should be well below an inch, less than an inch even in some of the mountain areas. This is just a very light coating. However, any snow that we do get, well, we're not going to be doing any melting for the next 24 hours. Perhaps, however, as we get into the 7-day forecast and bring our temperatures back up closer to average. Overnight lows tonight will be down, still some single digits on the map, but at least we're not in the single digits below 0 in Winthrop, Omak, Colville, Bonners Ferry, 9 degrees. We'll be in the mid-teens in Spokane and Coeur d'Alene, as well as Moscow and Pullman, even in the teens in Lewiston with a morning low of 19. High temperatures tomorrow, running about 10 degrees below average in many locations. Lots of 20s on the map, including in Bonners Ferry and Sandpoint. 29 in Kellogg tomorrow, 39 in Lewiston, 33 tomorrow in Moscow and Pullman. One of the few spots getting above freezing tomorrow. Then we take a pretty good jump into the mid-30s for Wednesday. Our warming trend continues. We're up to 38 Thursday and Friday. just a 30% chance of some rain and snow right now. On Friday, it looks like most of the wet weather will be in the mountains, and that holds true for the weekend as well. Saturday night and into Sunday, a chance of some snow and rain. High temperatures remain above freezing right on through the beginning of next week, with overnight lows just below. We're back to the pothole making season, Aaron.
Sounds like that season never ends sometimes, Chris.
No, it's a bad one this year.
It is. Thank you, Chris. New at 6 o'clock, this police chase quickly turned into a rescue mission. At some point during a traffic stop, the suspect hopped into the Atlanta police officer's patrol car and drove away. He then lost control, flipped it, landed on railroad tracks. With a moving train bearing down on them and just seconds to spare, officers pulled the suspect from the wreck. They then took him into custody. You can see it happening right there, and then there's the train. Very close. Postpartum psychosis is being linked to the murders of 3 kids in Massachusetts. How it differs from postpartum depression and where mothers in crisis can turn for help coming up.
Download the 4 News Now app today.
It's time for a new shower, but you don't want the hassle. You just want it done. Rebath, from start to stunning. Call us or visit rebath.com and save $1,250 off your complete bathroom remodel.
Your heart is the beat of life. If you have heart failure, entrust your heart to Entresto, a medicine specifically made for heart failure. Entresto is the #1 heart failure brand prescribed by cardiologists. It was proven superior at helping people stay alive and out of the hospital. Heart failure can change the structure of your heart, so it may not work as well. Entresto helps improve your heart's ability to pump blood to the body. And just imagine where a healthier heart could take you. Don't take Entresto if pregnant. It can cause harm or death to an unborn baby. Don't take Entresto with an ACE inhibitor or aliskiren, or if you've had angioedema with an ACE or ARB. The most serious side effects are angioedema, low blood pressure, kidney problems, or high blood potassium. Ask your doctor about Entresto for heart failure, and trust your heart to Entresto.
Looking for some fun? Then come play for the day at the Coeur d'Alene Casino and discover new ways to win big inside the new Discovery Den, the first and only video game testing room in the U.S. with many of the top manufacturers in the world under one roof, where you get to play them first and decide which games stay and which ones don't. You will set the trends for the future of gaming, only at the Coeur d'Alene Casino.
Welcome home.
At Mazda, we engineer confidence behind the wheel for all our drivers. The fact that the 2023 Mazda CX-5 remains the only small SUV in its class to achieve the highest rating in the new IIHS Side Impact Crash Test as of July 2022 ensures this confidence also extends to our passengers.
The all-wheel drive Mazda CX-5 was built for the Pacific Northwest. We have over 60 Mazdas in stock now at Foothills Mazda. Take yours home today or visit SpokaneMazda.com.
It's time for a new shower, but you don't want the hassle. You just want it done. Rebath, from start to stunning. Call us or visit rebath.com and save $1,250 off your complete bathroom remodel.
4 News Now is brought to you by Gamma Knife.
Around the nation, students at Rich Neck Elementary School in Virginia returned to class today for the first time since a teacher was shot by one of her students. That teacher is out of the hospital, recovering at home. WTVR's Brendan King spoke to parents and students as they walked into school for the first time since that disturbing shooting.
I'm hoping the kids feel safe. I'm hoping they get the help they need.
A return to Rich Neck Elementary. About 3 weeks since police say a 6-year-old shot his teacher in their first-grade classroom.
I'm really nervous about the things that I've been reading that led up to the event, especially with, certain people that are here to protect our children knew the issues with the young man.
Have you missed going to school these last 3 weeks?
Yes.
What do you miss the most?
Math.
Monday morning, students and staff will see security changes inside the school. 2 metal detection systems have been installed, and students are bringing clear backpacks. Eventually, 2 security officers will be assigned to the school. Before the January 6th shooting, police say 1 SRO was assigned to Rich Neck, but they weren't there at the time of the shooting.
I want her to be as safe as possible and like all the other kids to be safe, but still nervous, very thankful the teacher's okay.
Security officers will also have a handheld metal detector wand, according to the school system. New doors were installed in classrooms that didn't have any, while other doors were repaired or replaced. Staff will also come back to a new interim superintendent and administrators.
Just in case, he doesn't feel comfortable with staying all day, then I'll be right here to pick him up. So,
what do you hope happens today?
I hope everything will be like back to normal.
New at 6, the Federal Aviation Administration has new safeguards in place to prevent another system failure. In a letter to Congress, the FAA says it now requires at least 2 people to be present during maintenance of the system. One of the individuals has to be an FAA manager. Also, changes will not immediately be synchronized to the backup system. This comes after all national air travel was grounded earlier this month because what was first reported as a corrupt file in the NOTAM system, which distributes safety notices to pilots and air controllers. Also new tonight, the Federal Reserve is meeting this week for the first time in 2023, and economists say the Fed will likely raise interest rates again. This would be the 8th increase in a row, but experts predict a smaller increase, likely a 1/4 point. They also say this week's meeting should provide some insight into the Fed's plan for the rest of the year as the Fed aims to slow down the overheated economy and ultimately bring down historic inflation.
Out there and you're living paycheck to paycheck. The best I can offer you here is that the worst is behind this.
The Fed is scheduled to hold a news conference on Wednesday following their 2-day meeting. Around the world tonight, the Secretary of State is in the Middle East trying to ease tensions following a rise in attacks in that area. On Friday, a 21-year-old Palestinian man opened fire on worshipers leaving a synagogue in East Jerusalem, killing 7 and wounding 3 others. A day later, a 13-year-old Palestinian boy shot and wounded 2 people before getting shot and injured himself. The shooting's part of a wave of violence triggered by an Israeli raid last week that killed 9 Palestinians, including a 61-year-old woman, and wounded 20 others.
It's the responsibility of everyone to take steps to calm tensions rather than inflame them, to work toward a day when people no longer feel afraid in their communities, in their homes, in their places of worship. That is the only way to halt the rising tide of violence that has taken too many lives, too many Israelis, too many Palestinians.
Secretary Blinken is set to meet with the Palestinian president tomorrow. A new study suggests more than 1/3 of students have lost more than 1/3 of a year's worth of learning because of the pandemic. That's according to a new paper published in the journal Nature Human Behavior. Researchers looked at data from 42 studies on learning progress during the pandemic in 15 different countries. They found that learning deficits caused by school closures were greater for children from low-income families. The Biden administration wants to make it easier for women to get free birth control. A new rule has been proposed by the Departments of Health and Human Services and Labor and Treasury. It removes a Trump-era exemption that allows employers to opt out for moral reasons. Employers would still be allowed to opt out for religious reasons. HHS says the proposed rule would impact more than 100 employers and 125,000 workers. It now enters a public comment period and will not become finalized for several months. The price of eggs at near record highs, but the cost of some of your favorite Super Bowl snacks are on the decline. Which ones offer the best deals coming up? Plus,
3 young kids were killed at the hands of their mother last week. It's stirring up conversation about postpartum depression and postpartum psychosis. We spoke to a local expert today, and that story is coming up.
Stream 4 News Now on your TV for free with the KXLY Plus app.
Ford Escape. It offers bliss with cross-traffic alert. And it's an IIHS top safety pick. It's built for America. Get 0 for 36 and $1,000 low APR cash on a 2022 Escape only at your local Ford dealer.
This February, Hagedon Marine Group is giving away a free pontoon boat. Join us at the 2023 Coeur d'Alene Boat Expo, February 1st through the 6th, for a chance to win a 2023 Barletta pontoon boat. Every attendee will be entered to win, and one lucky winner will walk away with a new $70,000 boat guaranteed. Tickets are free to the Coeur d'Alene Boat Expo. It's taking place February 1st through the 6th from 10 a.m. to 7 p.m. Sign up at cdaboatexpo.com. Other exclusions may apply.
I'm Chad Young from the Easy Home Buyer, and I pay cash for houses. If you own a house and want to sell it fast for cash, call us today for your no-obligation as-is cash offer. We buy houses in any condition, and there are no fees, no commissions, and no repairs. We buy houses with tenants, fixer-uppers, bare land, even haunted houses. Woo! Call us today or visit us online at theeasyhomebuyer.com.
Pick up the phone to inquire. Call the Easy Home Buyer.
Right now with Papa Murphy's, we've got a great deal.
Which means I make more great pizza. A lot more.
That's our extra large New York style take and bake pizza. And it's everything you'd expect from a classic New York style pizza, hot and fresh out of your oven. And only $9.99.
Do I have to share it?
It's recommended, but not required. Papa Murphy's. We make great pizza, so you can make the pizza great.
Such a great deal.
Order now at papamurphys.com.
Ford Escape. It offers bliss with cross-traffic alert. And it's an IIHS top safety pick. It's built for America. Get 0 for 36 and $1,000 low APR cash on a 2022 Escape only at your local Ford dealer.
Chocolate explosion.
I got burnt with the steam.
Next, Inside Edition. She was melting chocolate to make chocolate chip cookies. Suddenly,
If I can't see, I don't really want to live anymore.
how the explosion nearly blinded her. Then, would you buy this beautiful home after this inferno? Can you believe it sold in just 4 days? Watch the next Inside Edition.
Watch 4 News Now at 6 and Inside Edition at 7. Live from downtown Spokane, this is 4 News Now at 6:30.
3 young children are now dead following a tragedy last week in Massachusetts. Those kids died at the hands of their mother, and it has people talking about postpartum depression and postpartum psychosis. Emily Bloom joins us in studio. And Emily, you spoke to an expert who explains this for us tonight.
Yeah, Aaron, that therapist tells me it's important to know that postpartum depression and postpartum psychosis are 2 very different diagnoses. 1 in 4 women can experience postpartum depression. Postpartum psychosis, though, occurs in just 0.1 to 0.2% of women who have children. Of that group, only 4% commit infanticide, and that is the killing of their own children. Tuesday of last week, Patrick Clancy called 911 after his wife attempted to commit suicide. When paramedics arrived, they found the couple's 3 young kids unconscious. 2 of them died that day, and their 8-month-old son died days later. Lindsay Clancy, the mom, was a labor and delivery nurse who was open about her struggles with postpartum depression. A local mental health therapist who is certified in this specific realm explains that women dealing with psychosis often have hallucinations or delusions.
They'll have hallucinations where the baby's face isn't their baby anymore. So they'll be like, this isn't my baby, someone has taken my baby, or the baby's face turns into the face of their mother or someone else that they know.
She says it's extremely treatable.
There does seem to be a link with psychosis and lack of sleep. And sometimes someone in psychosis will actively avoid sleep, or they'll feel super good without any sleep at all.
Any mom knows sleep is one of the hardest things to come by. Chafin can't stress enough the importance of relying on help from family or other resources for help if you need it.
I just want to normalize the fact that there are so many people who have really scary thoughts about their babies.
She says the biggest thing is talking about it with somebody else.
There are professionals out there that can help them.
Patrick Clancy is asking the public to forgive his wife, Lindsay, as he has. She is in a hospital facing murder and assault charges and will be arraigned when she's physically able to. We have a variety of resources up on KXLY.com for moms who might also be struggling. Reporting in studio, Emily Bloom, 4 News Now.
A live look over the Spokane Veterans Memorial Arena this evening. The clouds are moving in, and those clouds are going to help keep things a little bit warmer tonight. It is still going to be cold, however, just not as cold in your forecast. Here are 4 things to know. Clouds and flurries. We have a slight chance of flurries overnight. Possibility of a few flurries tomorrow afternoon. It shouldn't amount to much, just a skip of snow. Then a gradual warming trend that is going to finally take us back to average and even a little bit above in the 7-day forecast. We also bring back the chance of wet weather Friday into the weekend. I'll have more on that coming up in just a bit. Here's a look at our satellite and radar right now, and we do have the clouds increasing right now. Just a few isolated spots showing up on our radar, but no reports of anything reaching the ground. We do have that chance of the lightest of snow overnight, but the best chance will be in the central panhandle, and even there, it is not expected to amount to more than just a dusting. Our temperatures currently 20 in Spokane. That's one of the exceptions. A lot of teens on the map, but these temperatures are not going to drop much from their current readings. With those clouds on the way in, they act like a blanket, help insulate us from the loss of heat during the night. Here's a look now at your forecast for tonight. Lows will be down in the teens in most locations. Deer Park, the exception, at 8. Your day planner, we warm up to a high of 27 after a morning low of 14. The possibility of some snow flurries sometime afternoon, but before the evening rush. Could be a little dusting on the roadways, however, as you head out the door from work to home tomorrow evening. I will be back with your 7-day forecast. Plus, we're looking out 8 to 14 days in just a few minutes, Aaron.
Thank you, Chris. More than $9 million is headed to Washington to fight the increase in traffic fatalities. The Department of Transportation granted the Spokane Regional Transportation Council $400,000. According to Senator Maria Cantwell's office, there were 745 fatalities on Washington roads in 2022, which is the most in 30 years. Want to jumpstart a healthier lifestyle for your kids? Panhandle Health District is starting a new session for its 12-week PLAY program in a few weeks. PLAY stands for Parents Leading Active Youth. Whether it's through nutritional eating or physical activity, the focus is on parent participation with their kids so they can build healthier habits together.
The parents are the decision makers in the home, so they are going to be the ones that decide what's happening that day. They're setting the precedents. They also make the choices at the grocery store. So making sure that we involve them both is crucial.
The PLAY program involves one class a week for 12 weeks starting next Tuesday, February 7th. There's also a mix of different activities both inside and outside the classroom to keep it fun and interesting for the whole family. For more information on the PLAY program and to get your family signed up, find this story on KXLY.com. A new poll found that most parents are worried about the effects social media has on their children's mental health. Now the nation's top doctors are addressing their concerns. ABC's Derek Dennis explains what they say needs to change.
This morning, the U.S. Surgeon General taking a stand against kids on social media, saying 13 is still too young.
I personally, based on the data I've seen, believe that 13 is too early. And I think that it's a time, early adolescence, where kids are developing their identity, their sense of self.
ABC News medical contributor Dr. Alok Patel says research shows the Surgeon General is right.
Those brains are still developing, and we have enough research to show that constant social media scrolling can actually affect brain chemistry in these young kids. There's plenty of research to suggest that social media, especially social media addiction, can have a negative impact on teens' mental health, increasing risk of conditions such as anxiety, depression, body dysmorphia, disrupting sleep, schoolwork. Teens are even exposed to misinformation, hate speech, cyberbullying, and predators out there who want to manipulate teens and get their identity and their privacy.
This teen told us images she saw on social media left her feeling inadequate.
It's just so stressful to pick one picture that has to be perfect.
When it comes to age, most of the popular social media apps are ages 12 and up. Only Twitter has a 17 and older requirement. Industry executives point out social media's benefits.
The research that we've seen is that using social apps to connect with other people can have positive mental health benefits.
But many experts and parents insist restraints are needed.
I simply do not think we have the ability to keep every teen out there from getting on a device and lying about their age. But I think it's important that we have a transparent, necessary conversation about the risks, not only from a public health perspective, but from the companies themselves.
Even in China, where TikTok was developed, there's an age and time restriction on the Chinese version. Those under 14 can only access it on youth mode and for just 40 minutes a day. Advocates want similar controls here in the U.S. Derek Dennis, ABC News, New York.
A couple of Gonzaga Bulldogs received accolades today. Coming up in sports, Alex Crescenti has a live report inside the Spokane Arena.
Sign up for breaking news alerts with the 4 News Now app.
4 News Now is brought to you by Gold Seal Plumbing.
It's the 7-day winter sale at Furniture Row. So get ready because every sofa, dining table, and bed is on sale. Plus, 4 years, no interest financing. But hurry, the 7-day winter sale at Furniture Row ends Thursday.
You want to know why I call South Carolina home? Come on, take a road trip with me. When you look around, you can really get a sense of why I love my home state. From the beaches all the way up to the beautiful mountains. South Carolina's got awesome scenery, cool cities, rich culture, and super friendly people. Of course, the best thing you can do is come down to South Carolina and find your own favorite places. Come see why I love this place.
Now it's official. Xfinity has the fastest internet and the fastest mobile service. That's right, Xfinity just increased internet speeds again. And Xfinity Mobile gives you can't catch me speeds. Plus, save hundreds on internet for your first 2 years when you add mobile. The fastest internet, the fastest mobile service, and major savings? Can't argue with the facts. Get Xfinity Gig Speed Internet with unlimited data included. It's just $50 a month for 2 full years when you add Xfinity Mobile. Switch today.
You expect more from local news. 4 News Now delivers.
It's to get you the information you need to plan your day.
Breaking news this morning and breaking news you need to keep your family safe.
On Good Morning Northwest, that's what we mean when we say expect more.
You may be eligible for a new tax refund called the Working Families Tax Credit from the Washington State Department of Revenue. Those who qualify could get up to $1,200 back. Visit workingfamiliescredit.wa.gov.
Looking for great sleep at a great price? Denver Mattress has you covered. And during the 7-day winter sale, check out the Easy Choice Plush or Firm, now only $399.99, plus 4 years no interest and free shipping. Say goodbye to sleepless nights and shop Denver Mattress today.
Next, ET, exclusive Rihanna Super Bowl scoop.
It's like final.
Plus, we're with the Jonas Brothers.
This is overwhelming.
Their family affair and big Hollywood honor.
The fact that they actually get to come here and support us like this means the world. 1 day off.
Then, exclusive bloopers from Black Panther Wakanda Forever.
Can we do that again? I'm sorry.
Next, ET.
Watch 4 News Now at 6 and Entertainment Tonight at 7:30.
High school students are filling up the Spokane Arena as they cheer on their squads for Spirit Week. Alex Crescenti live where the first games of the week are already underway. Alex.
That's right, Aaron. We're kicking off Spirit Week inside the Spokane Arena where many of the local high schools are going to be competing for some pretty ridiculous trophies. The first up is the Railroad Rumble, I should say, between Cheney and Rogers, and currently the Cheney girls all over the Pirates right now in the third quarter. That game's going to be wrapping up here pretty soon. But in our region, we had a pretty big college basketball weekend going on, and for the Gonzaga men, they're coming off a big win over Portland this past weekend. And in the latest Associated Press Top 25 poll, they sit at number 12 with about 4 weeks to go in the regular season. Now, this number doesn't mean too much because we're going to find out where the Zags actually stand when the NCAA Tournament Committee comes out with their initial top 16 rankings in a couple of weeks. In the latest ESPN bracketology, they do have the Bulldogs as a number 3 seed in the tournament. And a couple of Zags picked up some accolades today as Julian Strother was named the WCC Player of the Week. In the team's win against Portland, he put up a career-high 40 points, including 8 made threes, which is also a career best for him. And the 40 points is the most by a men's player since 2016. He also becomes just the 4th player to reach that mark in the Mark Few era. And senior Drew Timme was named to the John R. Wooden Award late season top 20 watch list. So far this season, he's averaging more than 20 points a game, which ranks 8th in the nation. He's also 3rd in field goals made. Within the next week, Timme will become Gonzaga's 2nd all-time leading scorer, just 24 points away from doing so. And the Zags begin February with a difficult stretch. First up Thursday night, and then a date with St. Mary's on Saturday down in California. And the Gonzaga women stayed put in the Associated Press poll today. They Loyola Marymount and Pepperdine over the weekend to extend their winning streak to 14 games with just 7 games left in the regular season. In the WCC tournament, but head coach Lisa Fortier says,
we're just trying to get better and take care of our own self right now, and it's great. I mean, hopefully we will. I'd love to have a double bye, but I don't think that's on most of our minds right now. It's just what we can improve on and what we got ahead of us next week.
And the Bulldogs will hit the road in the this weekend. And back to the games.
All right, looks like we're having some audio problems with Alex's feed. Let me take it over from here. Back to the games inside the arena this week. We have a full slate of games now through Thursdays. Tomorrow, it'll be Ferris and Lewis and Clark for the Rubber Chicken. Wednesday, North Central and Shadle Park for the Groovy Shoes. And finally on Thursday, Central Valley and University duke it out for the Stinky Sneaker. And the sports team will have highlights from both the Cheney and Rogers boys and girls games. That's coming up on Nightside. We want to thank Alex, who was live at the arena for us. Well, the stage is set for Super Bowl 57. This year, you can expect to pay less for your favorite game day snacks. Gloria Pazmino has the details on where you'll score the best deals and where your wallet might take some hits.
It's just around the corner. The pressure, the excitement, the expense of hosting an epic Super Bowl party. But while the overall price of groceries is up 11.8% over this time last year, a new Wells Fargo Super Bowl food report reveals some game day dishes are now a little cheaper. According to the report, wing fans will see some relief in their snack food budget. A pound of chicken wings is down 22% from last January due to an increase in supply. If you're planning some fancier fare, sirloin steak prices are also down. And to top it all off, go crazy with guac. After a surge in prices in 2022, avocados are now at a bargain. The average retail price coming down 20% since last year. But if you want chips for that guac, it won't be all fun and games. The price of a 16-ounce bag of potato chips is up 22%, costing you $6.28 on average. And if you want to quench your thirst from all the salty snacks, that's going to cost you more too. The price of soda is up, with an average 2-liter going for $2.13. While that's not going to break the bank, beer is going to hit your wallet hardest. Average prices jumping 11% since last year's big game.
Here's a look at ABC's primetime lineup tonight.
Download the 4 News Now app today.
Why not have the bath of your dreams? With Bath Planet, you can once again relax and enjoy the beauty of your new shower and bath. Our custom-built baths and showers will forever change the way your bathroom looks.
Call today for a free in-home consultation.
Sleep Life got you down? For a price that won't keep you up at night, Denver Mattress has you covered. And during the 7-day winter sale, check out the Easy Choice Plush or Firm, now only $399.99. Save $100 on the Aspen lineup, or get a $300 gift when you purchase any Tempur-Pedic. And score 2 Doctor's Choice pillows for just $69.99. Plus 4 years no interest and free shipping. Say goodbye to sleepless nights and shop Denver Mattress today. The easiest way to get the right mattress.
Looking for style, power, and technology wrapped in Buick luxury? The 2023 Buick Envision Compact SUV has just what you're looking for, with technology like Amazon Alexa built-in, wireless smartphone charging, head-up display, and wireless compatibility for Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. Take the wheel and lease an Envision for just $345 a month. Come see the selection of new Buicks just off I-90 at George Gee Buick GMC, the top volume GMC Buick dealer in Washington State.
January is Plinko Money Drop Month, and we're giving more people a chance to win more money. You can qualify all month long to win. We're making it rain cold, hard cash, baby. We'll also have lunch and dinner specials, spa specials, and room rate specials. Midweek rooms at the Kootenai Falls Lodge are $79. Weekends are $99. The only way to win at Plinko Money Drop is to play Plinko Money Drop. So call 888-YOU-ARE-LUCKY or visit KootenaiRiverInn.com.
Why not have the bath of your dreams? With Bath Planet, you can once again relax and enjoy the beauty of your new shower and bath. Our custom-built baths and showers will forever change the way your bathroom looks.
Call today for a free in-home consultation.
4 News Now is brought to you by End the Violence.
You've made it through the coldest part of this cold snap. That was technically this morning at 5 degrees. However, that does not really jibe with the wind chill. We had wind chill readings over the weekend in the double digits below zero, even though the air temperature was a little bit higher. 22 was our high today. Both of those numbers will be higher tomorrow. Our sunset at 4:48. Here's a look at our temperature trend over the next 7 days. 27 tomorrow is still about 10 degrees below average, but then we start getting above average, even up into the 40s by Saturday. We'll stay just a little above average through the 7-day forecast. This white line right here is average, and that is increasing into the mid-30s. Meanwhile, where's that cold air going? Well, it's moving to the east and then out of the United States. Here's a look at where the coldest air is right now, and it's over the Great Lakes. You could see these darker purples indicating the coldest air, but we still are in the pink. But as we go through the day on Tuesday, that air shifts further to the east and to the north as well. Here's this time tomorrow, and then finally shifting even further out of the U.S., and we will be continuing our warming trend over the northwest. Here's a look now at our extended forecast. Meanwhile, we'll keep our temperatures a little bit above average through the 7-day forecast. Now we're looking at the 8 to 14-day forecast, February 7th, all the way up to the day before Valentine's Day. You can see very cold air in these dark blues for California, Nevada, Utah, and Arizona. The blues get lighter and lighter until we're just barely the southern portions of Washington and the southern panhandle in the lightest of blue. Most of the region not in that color at all, indicating average, maybe a hair below average temperatures. It's been a tough winter for folks who escape the cold in California, Nevada, and Arizona. Boy, with the wet weather and now the cold. Precipitation, meanwhile, we are just in the very lightest of green, indicating a trend toward above average precipitation. And since our snowpack is running a little bit below average, that would not be a bad thing. We do have some opportunities for some snow in the mountains. Not so much tomorrow, just a few flurries even in the mountains. A skip of snow, if anything. There's our warming trend. A chance of rain and snow on Friday with a better chance of mountain snow. That goes for the weekend as well. Down in the valleys, it's not going to be especially wet, but we'll get some fresh snow in the mountains for our snowpack and for skiers too, Aaron.
That is nice. Thank you, Chris. A surprise Oscar nomination for Best Actress has many questioning the nomination process. ABC's Rena Roy explains the controversy behind the social media campaign.
An investigation now underway by the Academy after actress Andrea Riseborough received her first Oscar nomination for lead actress in her film To Leslie.
Andrea Riseborough in To Leslie.
The film, released in October, is based on the real-life story of a West Texas single mom struggling to survive.
We were supposed to have a good life. I didn't want this for you.
I had a good life until you showed up.
It made less than $28,000 in theaters, moving quickly to video on demand. The film largely missing from initial Oscar buzz until the 11th hour. Some saying a grassroots campaign started by Riseborough's team with a long line of Hollywood A-listers could have tipped the scale in her favor. The Academy has rules about lobbying, saying in a statement that did not specifically refer to this situation that it would be reviewing matters to determine if guidelines may be needed in a new era of social media and digital communication.
What seems to be the issue here in the gray area is the Academy's rule, specifically number 10, about lobbying. What constitutes lobbying? What doesn't? The Academy doesn't outright define it.
A week before the nomination, some A-list actors praising the film on social media. Gwyneth Paltrow on Instagram posting that Riseborough deserves to win every award there is. Cate Blanchett even shouting her out while accepting the award for lead actress at the Critics' Choice Awards.
How many extraordinary performances there have been. Andrea Riseborough.
Riseborough telling Deadline, "I'm astounded. It was so hard to believe it might ever happen."
The Academy Board of Governors is scheduled to meet on Tuesday as previously scheduled. If they potentially find rules were broken, her nomination could be rescinded, which has only ever happened 9 times in the past. Rena Roy, ABC News, Los Angeles.
Stream 4 News Now on your TV for free with the KXLY Plus app.
PB&J?
PB before we go.
P before we go.
P before we go.
See you tomorrow?
Yeah.
At the Coeur d'Alene Boat Expo, you'll find better boats, better prices, and bigger savings. Attend the Coeur d'Alene Boat Expo February 1st through the 6th, where you'll find the region's largest inventory of new and used boats under 64,000 feet of indoor display area. The Coeur d'Alene Boat Expo features names like Chris Craft, Cobalt, Harris, Barletta, Malibu, Regal, Axis, Cruiser Yachts, and Core Custom, plus a huge display of used boats. Be sure to attend the Coeur d'Alene Boat Expo February 1st through the 6th, next to Cedars Floating Restaurant in Coeur d'Alene, sponsored by Hagedon Marine.
The 2023 Mazda CX-9 with standard iActive all-wheel drive. It's nimble, it's intuitive, it's a 3-row CUV that doesn't drive like one.
The 7-passenger Mazda CX-9. Get it for your family, drive it for yourself. We have over 60 Mazdas in stock now at Foothills Mazda. Take yours home today or visit SpokaneMazda.com.
Injured? Choose 2. Choose Russell & Hill, where real people with real injuries get real results.
Russell & Hill was great. They worked their heinies off to get me the amount of money that seemed fair. I've told everybody that I know that that's who I got my settlement through, was Russell & Hill. They did an excellent job. So yes, I would recommend them first and foremost.
Injured in a car, truck, or motorcycle wreck? Get real results. Get Russell & Hill.
You heard what the doctor said, right, Dad? These pain meds, they're no joke. And this, it's an opioid. They can be very addictive.
But I need my strong pain medicine.
I know, Dad, I understand. Just make sure you only take what the pharmacist said. And keep it in this locking bag from the pharmacy so it's away from the kids.
Yeah, I hear you.
I'll put this in the locking bag.
Yeah, I appreciate you.
Protect the people you love from opioid misuse. Lock up your medication.
Morning. Who said that? Whoa, where did that come from? Floating money. It's funny. Good luck out there.
4 News Now is brought to you by Pure Filtration Products.
Your Tuesday planner, high of 27. We're gaining on it.
We're gaining.
Yes.
Making some ground.
And a few flurries, no big deal.
Nice to see that sun, but then you get a little warmer temperatures, less sun.
I would take the sun. I don't know about you.
I think I would too.
Sign up for breaking news alerts with the 4 News Now app. See breaking news in your area or have a story idea? Contact 4 News Now.